Now we will see what is method overloading. Method overloading means, like we have done earlier, function overloading. Function overloading means same name but with a different set of parameters or different return types will be there in method overloading. So method overloading means it is having same method name but maybe a variation in return type as well as the count of parameters. So for example, I have created a class PRG1 with method sum written like that ki public void sum, and it is having certain body. Then second is sum with two parameters passing. I'm passing two values to that parameter and assigning, and after printing the sum. In third value, I'm getting I'm passing only one value, and after total it is returning me the sum of it. Here it is not returning any sum. So here the return type is void. Here the return type is int. And in the previous one, the return type is void with no parameters. So likewise, sum is having three existence. So now which sum will be called when? So in void main, if I'm writing object with like dot sum, then the matching will be done with the prototype. A method having no return type, no return value. That is, it is having the return type as void and no parameters. Second one is no return type means no, it is not returning any value, that is zero, void it is, and it is having two parameters. And third one, it is having single parameter. So depending upon these three variations, you can have this in the return type. Okay, so here you can see this is due to no parameters, this is due to two parameters, and this is due to single parameter. Okay. Now, sometimes we need to pass objects as the parameters. So how we will do that? Here in example, you can see I have created a class with take as one method and sum as another method. Okay. And third is I have created take 2 where I am passing the object of the class as the parameter. So now when I am performing that n equals to object dot n and n2 equals to object dot n2. So there the value of n and n2 that are passed through obj are saved in n and n2. Okay. So here you can see I have created the object of that variable class is para123, and through ob dot take 3 comma 7, what will happen? Here the values will be passed, and here n equals to 3, n2 equals to 7. Okay. Then next is ob dot sum. So in sum, n plus n2, that is 3 plus what are the values passed? 7. So 3 plus 7 will give me 10 here. Okay. Then I am taking ob dot take 2 and bracket may again object is passed. So now here what it will take 2 is n equals to object dot n and n2 equals to object dot n2. So what are the values? n की वैल्यू यहाँ पे क्या है? 3 and n2 की वैल्यू क्या है? 7. So through objects I have passed on the values. Okay. And after that, through multi option, what it will do? N is now 3 and n2 is 7. So n into 3 will give me this option. Okay. So likewise, we can pass on the values through objects, through direct parameters to the methods. And these are the examples of that we have discussed with respect to methods and method overloading. Now next is method overriding. What is method overriding? You are declaring a method somewhere and you are providing the functionality of that method somewhere else. Means what? you are declaring a method in a superclass, and originally it is there in superclass. Its body is developed in the subclass, and its functionality, whatever you are providing to that method, the basic structure is same. The basic structure means return type, count of parameters, name of the method, these all will be exactly same. Only the change will be in the working of that particular body. So that is called as method overriding. So what care we should take while we are doing the method overriding? Argument list should be exactly the same that you are overriding. Then second, return type of that particular method should be same as the original method. Then access level cannot be more restrictive than the overridden access method. Okay. Then instant methods can be overridden only if they are inherited. And we cannot declare any overriding method like as a using the word final or static. Okay. They can be cannot be overridden, rather they can be redeclared. Okay. And if the method cannot be inherited, it cannot be overridden. So जो methods inherit नहीं होती है, जिन methods को final keyword आपने दे रखा है, जिन methods को static keyword दे रखा है, उन methods को आप override नहीं कर सकते हो. ठीक है. So now what care you can take care of? For example, I have created a class animal, and there I have created one method called move. So here in move method, it is public void move. So it can be accessed anywhere. Okay. So now in this animal class, I have print animals can move. I have created class dog which extends animal. Now when I am writing this method, dogs can walk and run. So this move method is overridden in dog. Okay. Now I'll use one more class that is called as test dog. So if I am creating the object of animal, that time a dot move will return me the method of animal. And if I am creating the object, but here how it is written, see, animal b equals to new dog. So what it will have, b dot move will give me system dot out ka this dogs can walk and run. Okay. Here animal is reference, but whose object it is created as a object of class dog. Okay. So that likewise the methods are overridden. Now one more example, I have created class A, and it is having get data. Class B is extending A, and class test. In class test, we are creating the object of class B, and through object B, we are calling for get data. So this is one of the simple example of inheritance. Okay. Now we can go for constructor overloading. So in constructor overloading, constructor is what? Name as same as the name of the class. So name of constructor is exactly the same name as equal to the class. If you want to access the constructor beyond the scope of class, it has to be public. We have seen in access modifiers, it has to be public. Okay. So now how we will overload a constructor? See, imagine we have created a class student with a constructor uh, with two parameters. One is I and another is N. One more constructor we have created with three parameters, I, N and A respectively. Okay. So we have two constructors here. Name of the class resembling with the constructor, but different set of parameters. Okay. So now in display, we are just displaying name and age. So here, see what I have taken. I have globally declared name, age and ID beyond the constructors, but within the class. So they are accessible throughout the class. Okay. So everywhere ID, name and age will be accessible within the constructors and methods. Okay. So now in this public static void main, if I'm creating the constructor of student with two parameters like triple one and Karan, so it will go and work with this red one mentioning ID equals to I and name equals to N. So ID is triple one and name is Karan. Okay. Then through display, if I am putting S1 dot display, it will display triple one Karan. Now next is age. So here I don't have any value with respect to age. So you will get 0 over here. Okay. Why 0? Because initially age is might be set to 0. Then I have taken second constructor where I have passed on 3 values, and through display I could display those 3 values. Okay. So likewise I am using constructor overloading and method overloading and method overriding. So now what are the differences between constructor and a method? Constructor is used to initialize the state of the object, while method is used to expose behavior of the object. Constructor must not have return type, while method generally has the return type. Though it may be void, but it has a return type. Then constructor is invoked implicitly when the object is created, but method is invoked explicitly. You have to give a call to that method. The Java compiler provides a default constructor if you don't have any constructor, but method is not like that. Method is not provided by compiler in any of the case. Constructor name must be same as the class name, while method name has to be different. If it is same as the class name, it will be constructor. Okay. So here we are done with the class. Okay. Everyone turn your video